other parents might sort of, when they're in that same position, their thought process is like, I'm doing all this. It's a commitment. It's a sacrifice for me. Something needs to come of it, right? Like, what's that about, and what damage does it do?
Well, again, again, this is my interpretation, and I am quite happy to be wrong, but this is my personal understanding of it. I think I go back to the idea of us as parents being aware of what drives us. What is our motivation in supporting our children? Because often if that feeling of, oh, I've sacrificed everything for you, there better be a payback. I want the big house at the end of this too, and you better look after me. That sort of thing. Actually, then it's not about you. It's not about your child. It's about you. So it's that recognition. What is it? What is the narrative inside your own head? Why? Why are you becoming resentful of something that you are actively participating in? You've got a role in that, but you have to be accountable for your choices. If you really don't believe that this is the right path for your child, then you have, I think you owe them the honesty to say, I don't believe in this. I cannot support you in this. That's neither right nor wrong. It just is. And if therefore I don't support you in it, listen, you have to, if you want to do, if that's your dream, you need to find your own way. You need to find, I don't know, somebody that lives locally that you can go with them, or you work out the train, son, and you do it. But don't count on me, because you can't do the resentment, and it's not payment. You don't take your kids to school and then say, well, you better teach me what they're teaching you in school, and I'm going to get a percentage of your salary when you get it, and the first house you're going to buy better be for me. It's interesting what happens with football. It's a sense of entitlement. Like, I sacrifice so much for you. Well, if it feels like a sacrifice, I would say, well, that's a massive red flag, and pause, zoom out. Why does it feel like such a sacrifice? Maybe it's a parent who didn't have that level of support in their own life when they were a child from their own parents, and they're overcompensating. There could be so many other things that play here. It is our responsibility. We are adults. We're not just parents. We're adults. We have to be accountable for our choices and our thoughts and our narrative. We have to be able to understand what drives us. And if it's not coming from what I would call a pure, heartfelt space of love and support, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not the right path for you. It's stressful enough for the kid anyway. What, you think that child's not going to feel it? It's going to feel it. So what, you want to burden them more in a world that is already full of stress? I don't think that's healthy for anybody, not for the child and not for the parent.
Can I just do a mic drop right there? Kat, you want to follow that?
Well, I mean, I was even just thinking, mine isn't like, oh, you can buy me a house, but it's more like, I just want to, if we've just driven halfway across London, I want to see you enjoy it. Like, I want to see you playing and having fun. And then, they make it all like, this is where I get a bit out of sorts. I'm just a bit like, well, this is not fun. Like, I'm here, it's raining, I'm wet, and you're upset, and but then they say, but I love it, I want to do it, and you're like, oh, okay.
And that's the key, right? Because that's what, again, a little bit like what I was saying earlier. The moment it's not fun for them, surely we stop. I'm happy to stand and hopping on my feet in the rain or the snow. Great when it's sunny and we get tan on the face. This is harder to take. Well, then, but right, But if it's not fun for them, why are we doing this? If it's week after week after week that you're upset and frustrated, then we need to reconsider. But if you're frustrated because you're playing on the right wing and you like to be on the left wing, well, son, get over it, because that's bad. You might not get, as an adult, the presentation that you wanted to do in the office. You might not get the promotion that you think you deserve, and that's life. So that don't come around to me. But if you're not enjoying it, if you're not happy in this pursuit, then we need to reconsider. Because if you're happy, then it's worth it.
I love that. You shut us up. This is a world first.
Oh my God, I love it. I mean, it's just so incredible, isn't it? It's such an incredible opportunity. And I'm so glad, actually, that I had no idea what it all meant. Because what I believe is it has allowed me to have such a fresh experience of it all, that a little bit like when you're the outsider, right? Maybe you get to observe in a much more acute way. It's a fresh pair of eyes looking at something, and the things that you're supposed to just bow your head and not not consider whether it's right or wrong, but just full acceptance. I don't come from that space. I don't care whether it's Tottenham or Arsenal or West Ham or, I don't know, Yeovil Town. I don't care. I'm like, is my child safe? Is my child happy? And is my child healthy? That's it.